I remember a young man that called me one day and got the names mixed up. Introduced himself to me as Adalee and asked to speak to Alan if he could. So I handed the phone off to Adalee and I said, I don't know about this guy, Adalee. He couldn't even get the names right. But what a fine young man he is, and it makes us proud to invite him into our family and to have him as my daughter's husband.
I remember like it was yesterday, standing on the steps outside of Blessed Hope, when Alan looked at Adalee and said, "Can I get your digits?" And Adalee said, "No, my daddy said I can't date until I'm 16. And then there was the awkward stage when y'all were girlfriend and boyfriend, and you would sit a foot apart, and you would barely talk to each other.
And then all of a sudden, Adalee turns 3 different shades of red. We all put our head down, and we don't make eye contact. I said, "Is that your boyfriend?" She says, "Yes." Let's go. Thankfully, y'all make a little bit more eye contact now.
From then, I have enjoyed watching you both grow together. It has been a joy to see God's plan unfold. Through the good and the bad, you've stayed strong in your faith, and I believe that is what has gotten you to today.
You have always stuck by your morals, by your standards, and that is such an awesome testimony because nobody can say any different. Anybody you talk to, they say, "She's special, she's a light." I believe 100% when God was forming you and the man you were going to be, He had Adalee in mind. It is such a blessing to know that my best friend has such a wonderful husband, and I have seen y'all's relationship grow to where you truly do love her the way that Christ tells us to love your wives in the Bible, and that is such an encouragement, and it's just a wonderful thing.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here in the sight of God and in the presence of this company to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Marriage is an honorable state, instituted of God, blessed by our Lord Jesus, and declared by the Apostle Paul to be an honorable thing for all. I, David Allen Gardner.
I, David Allen Gardner.
Take you, Adalee, to be my wedded wife.
Take you, Adalee, to be my wedded wife.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or poorer.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
Until death do you part.
Until death do we part.
I, Adalee Morgan Hoffman.
I, Adalee Morgan Hoffman.
Take you, Alan.
Take you, Alan.
To be my wedded husband.
To be my wedded husband.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or poorer.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
to have and cherish and love
to have and cherish and love
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor to introduce to you the first time Mr. and Mrs. David Allen Gardner, Jr.
I started to think of all the emotion that gets brought out during a wedding. You know, every emotion you could possibly think of gets brought out. And it gets brought out to its fullest extent. And I started to think, as the best man, it's my responsibility to handle Alan in any of these emotions. Fear, upset, sadness, any happiness. I'll give you that too. And, you know, being Alan's brother, I've seen him in every single one of these circumstances. Any emotion you could possibly imagine. But when I saw Adalee come into that door, and I saw Alan's goofy little grin, his eyes teared up and his heart started to beat faster. I wasn't prepared for that. And I wasn't prepared for what I felt in my own heart. Love is not the absence of those bad emotions, fear, anger, sadness. It's not the absence of it. It's the ability of love to overcome those emotions when they come on their strongest. And I know that what you two have can push back anything this world throws at you.
Because even though there were times they weren't a couple, he was always in Adalee's heart and mind. When I finally did meet Alan and saw he and Adalee together, it just made sense. The way they were at ease with one another and how he interacted with her family and I made it clear to me that they were meant for each other. There was one time that Adalee and I were hanging out and she was discussing a date that her and Alan had just went on. And she just paused for a second and she said, "I just love that boy." And within a month they were engaged. Seeing them together, you can see that there are no gimmicks, that there is just love. And congrats to the bride and groom for just love.